Hey friend, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for jumping on my channel and joining me for a class today. Now I've got a Pilates class that's really all about our glutes, our hips, our booty. They're gonna get a workout in this class. Now, this is for all levels, but you know, it does get a little challenging here and there. For my very beginners, you can always take a pause when you need to. Don't feel like you have to do every single rep that I'm doing. There's nothing wrong with that at all, to pause and reset. We will be in a tabletop position for the first start of class, and I know that can be challenging for maybe those of us that have kind of sad wrists. So I do want to point out that I'm going to use some handy dandy little blocks that have this nice lovely shape that relieves some of the pressure that we often put on our wrist when we're in a true tabletop or kind of plank pose. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can find blocks like this, but they do make doing things like tabletop, downward facing dog, plank a little bit more gentle for those of us that have wrist issues. So roll out your mat. Let's get started. Let's just start in an easy seat today, whatever feels good for you, so we can kind of wake up our body before we get going. Take a moment and arrive. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your head high, take a big inhale, and reach your fingertips up to the sky. Pause there for a moment and crawl your fingertips up a little bit higher so we get a great big stretch. Take a full big breath here. And an easy twist to the right. Right hand back, left hand forward. Now that does not have to be as big as mine. Maybe it's larger, that's okay. You do you. Unravel, both hands lift. And take your twist in the opposite direction. Take a breath or two, both hands lift high, flip the palms, push them down to the ground. Now let's actively roll our shoulders around in a great big circle. Make that as big and bright or as soft and shallow as whatever feels good for you. And take that in the opposite direction. No hurry, no rush. Pause, sit a little taller, pull the navel to spine, and just reach your chest forward, a small arch of the back, and cave the chest in, kind of curling. Push your heart, your chest forward, and curl back, tucking the chin in. A few more times, back and forth, easy does it. Last time, reach the chest forward, pause, and swirl your chest around your sitting bones. Once over in the first direction and then reverse. Still just waking up the body. Big, small, fast, slow. Take it at your own pace. And then arrive upright. Reach your hands straight out in front of you and push your palms down into kind of an imaginary table. Slide the shoulders back, lift the low belly up and in. And then from here, I want you to drop your right hand lower than your left and give yourself a hug and a hug. And I hope I don't crush my mic, but if I do, I apologize. And we can either keep our elbows right here, or maybe we have the range of motion to bind our arms. If we don't, that's okay. We're just gonna wake up our shoulders a little bit more. Swirl your elbows around. That can be big, small, fast, slow. It's really about letting the shoulders move behind you more so than what the elbows are doing. Reach it in the opposite direction. Pause, take a big inhale, and then let that go. Shake it out, wiggle a little bit. Reach the hands out in front of you again. Push down into your imaginary table just so we wake up our arms a little bit. Drop your left hand lower than your right. Give yourself a hug, a hug. And again, perhaps we stay here and we just circle our elbows around. Maybe you have the range of motion to take the bind. You are not really losing anything if you can't do the full bind like I am. It's really just about your range of motion. And you know, maybe later or tomorrow you will have that range of motion. Today you're just feeling tight. That's okay. Let that go, shake it out. Hopefully our upper body's feeling a little bit more awake now, and we'll arrive in a tabletop. Now, I believe I mentioned at the start of the video, I do have these handy dandy little blocks. I hear from a lot of my clients, my students, that it can be pretty extreme on our fingers, on our wrists, to take a great big, just standard tabletop on our wrist. But these blocks are quite handy because they are actually shaped in a perfect little way to give our wrist a little relief. You have a handful of ways you can use them. I actually find it best for me in these tilted ones to kind of bring my hands onto the descending side and push my fingertips down so I reduce that great big flexion that I just had there in my wrist. Now pull the low belly up and in and broaden across your chest. It is easy to dump into our Beyonce booty. I love Beyonce, but not in Pilates. We want to pull the navel in and protect our low back. I would rather you round a little bit than ever arch too much right here. Find your tabletop though, take a big inhale, and extend your right foot out behind you. At first, just a nice little stretch to the back of the leg, push your heel back behind you, and pause there. Navel to spine, chest open. Maybe drive the heel a little further back. Maybe it feels delightful right where it is, that's okay. Snake the knee in. Same thing other side, extend and then push back. I have to tell you, my calves are a little sore today. I do not know why, but so this is feeling really good. And go ahead and come back. Now this time, keep your weight nice and even, or your body nice and even anyway, and extend the right foot behind, lifting it up. Now it's not important to me that you're lifting your leg very high. It could be a little bit lower than mine. We want it maybe even with the hip if that's possible in our body. Take a moment here and grow long from your head through your body out your toe. Wrap the ribs in. Push away from the floor or your blocks. Take a great big inhale. Give me 5 tiny circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Reverse your circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Again, notice if you're letting your shoulders kind of shimmy side to side. We want to keep them still or as still as possible. Hold last time, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Pretend your foot is sitting on a little ledge. We're not going to reach it all the way over to the right, but just lightly away from your body so it kind of makes a diagonal angle. Exhale, pull it back behind you. Slide it across the ledge over to the right. Exhale, bring it behind you. 3 more, reach it over. Exhale, cinch the waist close. 2 more, reach it over. Exhale, cinch the waist close. This time reach it over and pause. Press more through your left hand. Really think about wrapping your left oblique, your left side tummy muscle in a little bit more. Envision I am holding your right ankle and I'm pulling your right ankle away. Teeny tiny circles right here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Reverse your circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. No shimmy shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Last time, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Navel to spine, broaden across the chest. Take a big inhale. Exhale, pull the leg straight back behind you. Inhale, drag it right back out. Exhale, pull the leg straight back behind you. Inhale, drag it right back out. 3 more, back and forth at your own pace. No hurry, no rush. Take it as fast or slow, as big or small as you need to. Last time, take the leg behind you, hold. Draw the knee in, push back to a little child's pose. You can let the head fall. You might curl your fingertips further away. Big inhale, big breath out. Rise to hands and knees and find your tabletop again. If we need to adjust the placement of our hands, our body in any way, you know you always can. Tummy in, chest broad, extend your left leg behind you. Sometimes I forget which side I was starting on. Anyway, grow long from the top of your head through your body out your toe. No Beyonce booty. And if you've taken class with me, you know I say squeeze your thigh. Squeeze your thoughts so hard you could hold a pencil right there. Teeny tiny circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Last time, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Navel to spine, broaden across the chest. Same thing from the other side. We will slide our leg open away from us towards the left. Exhale, shift, bring it behind you. Now, I am human, so I might not be doing this exactly in the most perfect manner, but I am striving as much as I can to keep my foot level the entire time. I'm never trying to lift or lower it. It's staying in that same kind of plane the entire time while I open and close. It is pretty easy in this sort of position to open and close the leg that you might sway over towards the right. I want you to resist that feeling. Keep the weight even in both of your palms and lift up and away from your hands on the floor. This time, reach the leg out and hold. We're off in that little diagonal left line. Navel to spine, chest broad. Reach the toe further away. Teeny tiny circles right here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Last time, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Navel to spine. Exhale, pull your leg back behind you. Inhale, reach it over to the side. Exhale, cinch the waist, pull the leg behind you. Inhale, reach it off to the side. Think about cinching the waist a little bit deeper each time that leg comes right back behind your hip. Last time, send it out. Exhale, pull it in, pause, set the knee on the ground. Knees can be together or apart. Again, tip back into your child's pose. Make that as active or passive as you like. Big full inhale. Great big breath out. Head is heavy, chest sinks to the ground. Take a sip of air in. Let it go. Roll yourself right back up to our tabletop. And again, from here, we're lifting away from the ground. We're broadening across our chest. We've got our belly button up and in. Take your right foot one more time, way out behind you. Flex your foot. Now, ideally, we want our leg parallel. So toes down, heel up to the sky, belly button pulling in. Bend your knee. Now, if when you bend your knee, you had to arch your back to keep the leg lifted, just lower it down. It's okay. It does not have to be super duper high right here. We're going for parallel legs. So almost think about pulling the inner thighs towards one another. Push away from the mat. Almost push the back of your head up to the sky so we keep our neck long and we're not looking down at our knee. Take a big inhale. Cinch your waist, squeeze your thigh, push the heel up, drop it down. Exhale, tummy works, glutes work, push the heel up. Beautiful. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3 more up and down. 2 more up and down. Last one up, pause. Hold it right there. Lift away from the mat. Take a great big breath. Externally rotate your leg. Now, your leg might not have the same amount of rotation mine does. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less, but I want you to think about your right outer thigh trying to lift up to the ceiling above us. Now, if again you had to lift up or you wanted to lift up so high you started to curl over, just reset, keep the spine long, and as much as you can, keep the hips as level with one another as possible. Mine might be lifted a little bit because again, I'm not perfect. Now, take a big inhale. Exhale, try and push your upper thigh a little higher. Inhale, tiny drop. Exhale, a little extra external rotation. Little drop. Exhale, push it up. Lower down. 3 more, push it up. Lower down. 2 more up and down. Last one up. Down, pause, take a big breath, and bring the knee back in parallel kind of form. Navel to spine, toe can be pointed, flexed, or soft here. We're going to circle our right knee around. Open, down and around, lift up. Take it down and around, lift up. Inhale, down and around, exhale up. Inhale, down and around, exhale up. As much as possible, no hula dancing here, no shimmying of our shoulders. Keep the torso still. Your whole body is working to hold yourself in place while you exclusively move the right leg. Now reverse. Take it out and up the center. Inhale, open, exhale up the center. Find your deepest range of motion. And if this is more of like an oblong shape than a true circle, that's okay. It's a hard one to do. Keep lifting away from your hands on the ground. Keep pulling the navel to spine. 2 more. Last one. Lift, pause. Set the leg on the ground. Tip back. Crawl your hands away. Maybe tent the fingertips. Maybe let them be heavy. You can nod that head a little. No hurry. No rush. Arrive to hands and knees. Find your tabletop. We get to do it to the other side. Extend the leg out. Hold. Flex the foot so we know it's parallel. Toes down, heel up. Bend the knee. navel to spine, low back so long. Start to squeeze your thigh already and almost pull your inner thighs towards one another. Take a big inhale. Exhale, push the heel up. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, push the heel up. Inhale, drop it down. Every time you push it up, I think tummy muscles work first, glutes and hips follow. Glutes and hamstrings. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Is there tension in your neck, in your face? Could you relax? Could you smile? Could you wiggle it out? Instead, take that activation, that tension, that muscle engagement that was in your neck, your face, your shoulders, send it down to your tummy, to your hips, to your legs. Let those body parts work. Last time, push it up, pause. Now externally rotate the leg. Again, it's kind of like I'm trying to push my outer left thigh up to the sky without swaying over to the right. Take a big inhale, lift your thigh a little higher, drop it down. Exhale, cinch the waist, lift a little higher, drop it down. Each time I push the thigh up, I wrap my obliques in. I open up across my chest more. Beautiful. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. 2 more up and down. Last one up, pause, take a big breath. And then bring yourself back to parallel. Realign the hips if they've shifted. It's okay if they do. Toe can be pointed, flex, soft. Begin to take those circles on this opposite side. I kind of envision that there is a little pencil tip attached to my kneecap, and I'm trying to make the biggest circle I possibly can without moving the rest of my body. I'm lifting away from the ground. Remember, you can always pause, you can always stop. Guess what? This is a video. You could pause the video, relax for a second, and join back in, and that would be perfectly fine. 2 more times, out and around. Exhale up. Last one, out and around. Exhale up, pause. Now reverse. When I take this direction, I really think about gliding my inner thighs towards one another and open out. Glide, open out. Notice if you're letting your back arch. Keep the navel to spine. Keep your back so long. Maybe make your circle smaller. It doesn't have to look like mine, friends. Last time, down and around. Lift up. Set the knee on the ground. Knees can be together or apart. Lean back. Find your nice little child's pose. Now, something a little different here. Nice little stretch that always feels good to me afterwards. Take your hands together. My elbows are kind of on the blocks. Yours don't have to be, and they might actually slip off. All I'm going to do is bend my elbows and take my hands to the back of my neck, right underneath my little head there. Now, proportions are different. Yours might be in a slightly different shape, and mobility can be different, so we don't have to look the same. But I like to funnily kind of curl my elbows a little further away from my body and then push my hips back and my sternum down to the ground. And again, you do not have to have your elbows on the blocks. Mine just happen to be there, and I feel lazy and I do not want to move them. So it's just easier. Take a big inhale. Release, let that go. Go ahead and move the blocks out and away, and we will lie on our back. Arrive on your back. Take your hands off the mat, shoulders down, nose to the sky, nod the head, releasing any tension. Tip your pubic bone, lift up into the top of your bridge and hold. Now, think about having an imaginary block or ball between your inner thighs. Give it a squeeze. Did any tension creep up to your face? Let it go. Maybe make a silly face, maybe smile, maybe push down into your heels and lift up just a little bit higher. Take a big, deep, full breath. Big sigh out. We're going to slowly lower down to the ground and a quick push up. Now, a note here, when we do the quick push up, I want you to pretend like you're one of those fancy little drawers that can't be slammed, you know, where you slam it and it goes fast at first and right at the end there's some resistance. So I don't want to just thrust our hips up. When we do the fast up, it's a push and almost like a small stop to really engage those muscles. So we'll lower down slowly on a count of 4, 3, 2, 1, quick up, down, 4, 3, 2, 1, quick up. Keep going at your own pace. If you end up going a little faster, a little slower than me, not the end of the world. But when we push the hips up, really think about pinching that place where your thigh and your glute connect, like you could hold that pencil there. When you're lowering, are your shoulders creeping off the floor? Can you press the shoulder blades back down into the ground right here, right at this moment as we lower? Keep them connected. Exhale, push up, down, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, up. Last one, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift, pause. Now, this is not a yoga bridge. We don't want to splay our ribs or open up across the chest. Instead, it's a nice long line from your hips to your shoulders, actually from the knees to the hips to the shoulders. Ideally, if you're a little lower, it's okay. That's always fine. We're going to take 5 circles of our hips to the right. Push your hips over to the right, drop them about halfway down, and curl them around up center. Inhale over, down and around up center. Inhale over, down and around, exhale center. For 3, 2, last one. Reverse to the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time to the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center, lift the hips, shoulders down, nose high, take a breath, roll all the way down to the ground. Heel toe your feet a little wider. Go ahead and knock the knees together and take an easy little twist. Crawl the feet back towards one another. Cross your right leg over your left and hold. Maybe it feels good just to pause right here. Maybe you don't reach your hands over your head, stretching through the spine. Maybe we want to pick up our left leg and hug it a little closer. I usually like to take my right hand to my inner right thigh and gently, not just jamming it away, and especially not right at my knee, more at the thigh. I kind of pull it in and rotate my right inner thigh away from my body. Oh, that feels real good right now. Set the foot on the floor, unravel, and then same thing other side. Cross the foot. Again, do we want to be still? Do we want to wiggle? Do your thing. Maybe stretch the hands overhead. And then eventually, yes, we can pick up our right leg and hug it in. And again, my left hand comes to my left inner thigh, and I gently rotate it away while I pull my leg in. Big deep breath. Unravel, both knees in, give yourself a little hug, little squeeze, take a little rock and roll until you come all the way up to a seat. Now, as always, my friend, a great big pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I certainly hope you enjoyed class today. I cannot wait to see you again.